Hello and welcome to the Memorial Market video brought to you by Unisub and Chromolux. My name is Sarah Nicholson and I am the Communications and Digital Engagement Specialist for Universal Wood.
She does it all over here at Universal Woods. My name is Peggy Waters and I'm one of the Global Brand Managers at Universal Woods, and today we're going to be hosting a video on the Memorial Market.
So this is just going to be a quick video that we thought would help you with your business, and this is just another market that you can add to your repertoire. So memorial items can give comfort to loved ones during the passing of someone close, whether it's a person or pet. Memorial items can be a dedication or a personal reminder of loved ones lost, and in this video we will be showing you why it's great to offer memorial products, give you some memorial product ideas, and show you how to sell and market the products as well. And then anytime, if you have any questions during the video, after the video, at any time, please feel free to email the info@unisub.com email address, and we will respond to your email promptly and answer any questions you have.
It's a real live person behind that email.
It is. It's actually me. So if you do have any questions, that will go directly to my inbox.
All right. Now, I know it's kind of a topic that, is kind of a hard one to discuss, but what if you could offer your customers some memorial gifts and photo reproductions of their loved ones? So whether it's a pet or a relative or friend, so if you had these sublimated and you could offer these items to them, they're going to last a lifetime and preserve the memory of whomever they're close to. So their photos are not going to just fade or get yellow and be torn. I've had a few at home that had for years and years and haven't survived very well. And you don't even have to frame these photos, and they won't get lost in digital outer space. So I don't know about you, but I've had issues before where I thought I had something in a cloud and it mysteriously disappeared, and that was really not a good thing for me. So, and a lot of people take photos and they just don't ever do anything with them. So this is a chance for you to offer sublimation to the memorial market, and they can take those photos that they have stuck on their phone or maybe on a memory card on a camera. So that will be something to help them with. So today we're going to be going through this video and show you why you should choose to cater to that market, what the top 8 products are that we have in hard surface sublimation that you can actually put graphics on, free graphics and templates. And we also have some free font resources, some pricing ideas, and of course, how to sell them.
So there are all kinds of ways people choose to remember loved ones. So here are a few examples. There are more permanent things such as tattoos, so those will last a while. We have on here wind chimes, decals are very popular, and then kind of side of the road memorials. There's memorials near tombstones. And
decals are really popular.
Yes, decals are very popular. And then home decor. So there are many ways to preserve memories, but it's nice if you can have something that will stand the test of time, which is why sublimatable items are perfect for this market.
Yeah, that's a great collection there. I've seen a lot of those, especially the wind chimes and the candle, and a lot of decals. And I feel like, at least in certain states, there are plenty of roadside memorials too. It's kind of tragic, but tattoos are another good idea as well, but not everybody wants to do that. So certainly you can offer some different things to your customers that will preserve memories as well. So if you're wondering, well, just how large is the funeral industry and why in the world are we going after the memorial market? Well, there are about 2.4 million funerals annually in the United States. So it's a pretty big number there. We're also looking at about $9,000 is the average that someone spends on a funeral. So there is an outlay of cash whenever this unfortunate event occurs, but you definitely want to make sure that you're giving them an option to remember that person and not have to purchase things that maybe won't last as long. It'll be something they can look at every single day. So $50 to $80 is actually the average cost of typically flowers sent to someone. And as you guys know, and unless it's like a peace lily that I got when my father passed, it doesn't really last as long. So again, thinking about sublimation, you can make things last a lot longer. And if, don't forget about pets, because a lot of people, like me, I had an ornament made when my pet had to be put to sleep. It was a clay ornament that his paw was rubbed into, and after about 5 years, it disintegrated. So, it's something that you got to think about. If $100 million is spent annually on pet funerals and cremation, people are, willing to spend the money and definitely memorialize their pets. So this is a very profitable market, and by making some products that are in memorial to these pets and people, that it just helps people process their grief better.
So there are several examples of how the funeral, monument, and floral industries provide ways to memorialize a loved one. So these are a few examples. So we have urn decor, so something around the urn, maybe tied by a ribbon, the pic of the deceased or in loving memory. We have grave markers, so something around the grave besides the tombstone, so maybe a garden stake, or maybe that is the grave marker as well if it's for a pet. We also have casket caps, which are becoming more popular. So you can see that's what the photo is. So it actually can be like a metal print that is set into the casket. And I mean, the one done right there is beautiful. And that can be taken out and saved, or it can be left inside.
That would be good too if there's issues where you can't. Like if you have someone cremated and you still want to have
absolutely.
where people can pay their respects and have a picture of that person. That would be a great way to do that.
Yeah, during a funeral. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then sympathy gifts as well. So if you are going to give a peace lily or flowers, you can actually put one of our garden stakes into the flower with a verse on it, pic of the deceased, sayings, favorite song lyrics of the person, whatever you can do to memorialize that person. And then outdoor dedications as well, so maybe a building sign, or if you're dedicating a bench or a tree, you can use some signage for that as well.
So we have some things that we wanted to show, some examples, of course, of how memories can be preserved. And so if you're looking at the sublimation industry, there's actually a lot of things that she just went over, but the archival metal prints are very exciting because they do last a lifetime. And we also have some things like hardboard photo panels that are really good because of the exceptional detail that you can reproduce in that photo. So if you have those old photos, you want to scan them in and then put them on the products, they'll last for a long time. Keepsake box with a photo tile. These are just some items that we came up with that we thought would be good expressions and ways to preserve memories. Garden stakes, as we mentioned before, don't forget those. They can be used as grave markers, or if you're taking that plant that you got or flower stuff that you got and transplanting it outdoors, then that would be a good way to memorialize someone all the time. Building signs, if you wanted to dedicate anything, a button. We have a coworker here who wears a button for her grandson who passed, and she wears it quite often, and especially on the day that he passed, the anniversary of his passing. So bezel jewelry is another way to do it, so you can always have that loved one close. Picture frames, of course, are very popular, and you could have either a verse on them or the person's birth and death date and their name, so whatever you would like to put on that. And another thing that's really popular in sublimation, I know we don't offer here, but you can do fabric sublimation very easily, and blankets, memory blankets, are very, very popular.
And there's a picture of one right there, too. Of
very nice,
sublimated.
with all the different photos and things. Yeah.
So these are our top 8 picks for the memorial market, and these are kind of what we feel that would cater best to the loss of a loved one. All these products can be purchased through your distributor, and if you don't have a distributor, you just need to go to unisub.com under the Where to Buy tab, and we have a full listing of distributors there. So we have pictures of everything here. So garden stake, yard sign, we have an offset
really good
picture
ideas.
frame. Yeah, absolutely. And they're all memorial themed right there, so you can take a look at those. We also have a pet one as well.
Those are pretty nice. I mean, I like the fact that you can put both a photo or a verse. or, you know, some sort of graphic on there. So that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
You just put the name or whatever you feel comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have resources that will help you with the design of the memorial items, and they're all located on unisub.com under the Markets page. So we have templates for all of these. They're free to use and fairly easy too. It'll show you like where you should put your image, where you need your bleed, and that way you could format it just so that you know where your borders are when you're pressing your products. And it also makes it really, really easy to pop in your art and just start printing. So the template includes, like I said, all the bleeds needed, the guidelines for your image should go, or your text should go, and we've just tried to make it super easy for you when you're working with other people's images and photos.
So we've also created some new rights-free artwork, including some birds. There's a couple different angel wings, banners, and these can be used for free on any sublimatable product. And all art can be found at unisubgraphics.com, and it's also under the Markets page as well.
Yeah, we got a couple of different links, so you can go like the long way through our website, or you can actually just go to unisubgraphics.com. We just wanted to make a simple link for you to go to get what you need.
Yeah, and there's more than these three shown. There's art for every market, pretty much. We have a lot of art there.
We have quite a few you can choose from.
And it's all rights-free, so it can be used on anything, at any time, as many times as you'd like, and you can
change the color, do whatever
you want. It's all editable as well.
Right. And we also have some free fonts that we're suggesting. Now, there are fonts out there that you have to pay a commercial license for, but we actually picked some of these, and some of the font recommendations that we have are Garamond, Georgia, Cooper Black, and Rouge Script. So these are just some fonts that we feel like kind of fit with this market. They're conservative, they're very legible, and we also have some other resources like Creative Market or defont.com, which is my favorite. Font Squirrel and fonts.com are both some other sites that you can go to as well. Now, we don't have any kind of control, over these sites or anything, and you should always be aware of the licensing that you're using. Like if you're going to resell anything in mass quantity, it has some restrictions. But these actually a lot of these are free. So you just have to say, check the ones that say free for commercial use or 100% free, and you'll be able to do that on any of these sites.
Yeah, they're really easy to use. You just download and go and
add
pop
them to
them
your
in.
library.
Yep.
So.
Very easy. So product shots are available and ready to go right into a website or flyer. These are great to use while showing off your products to funeral homes, hospitals, vet offices, wherever you're going to sell those products or to market them. So under the Markets page as well, you can see the Memorial Market page right there. That's what it looks like. We have all of these creative resources for you to use. The product shots are great. You can literally just grab it and go and pop it right into your flyer.
Also, we looked at, we said, okay, what do we think these top 8 items would sell for in the market? So we went around and looked, and we've looked at several different sources, and we gave a range of what the decorated price would be. So when you see retail or end consumer price, that's what you're going to sell that decorated product to your customer for. Now, obviously, you can pick what you want to charge based on your cost and what you want your profit margin to be. It's really hard for us to calculate your costs. But if you know how much you're paying in your printers and your ink and your blanks and anything that you're using to decorate, including your time, so don't forget about your graphic design time and time working with any images that someone gives to you, this will give you an idea of what you're looking at in terms of the actual final cost or the final price to the customer. So if you have, like, for example, a Prague maple ornament, you can sell that for about $12 to $15 in the market. So these are just what we found and just wanted to give you some ideas on that. And I think the next slide also has the rest of the items for that. So I think that this is just a good way to keep on track and say, what are these items really going to be worth to my customer? And the pricing guide is also under the Memorial Market page on unisub.com, just to show you how much these items are for. So you don't need to sit there and write these down or, fast forward the video or anything like that. We do have that on that page. So it's important to show some samples to get new business. So it's one thing if you know, are going out into the market and you're saying, I can offer this, but a sample, when you get that sample in someone's hand, it's so much easier for them to see the detail, what you're actually offering them, and what you can do. So our recommendation is, you know, create like a simple prototype. So if you have a picture frame, for example, that you've done for someone in the past or that you want to make with a verse on it, you could put someone's photo in there, or you could actually just leave it blank and the person could imagine, you know, what if that was my loved one? Would this be something that I could do? And you'll want to just use simple backgrounds and professional-looking fonts. Now, we gave you some ideas on fonts on the prior slide, but use some neutral patterns and tones, but ones that actually complement the photo. So if you know you're going to be using a photo of a person or a pet, you might want to use something that complements that and, you know, goes with the, whatever colors and things that the photo has in it. We always recommend that if you're taking photos and putting them on sublimated products, that you use the highest resolution you can. So 300 dpi is recommended. Now, I realize that when you're scanning old photos in, sometimes it's a little hard to get all the detail, but just keep that in mind. Not everybody's phones, when they take pictures, obviously has that kind of clarity and detail. I mean, you kind of have what you need to work with, but I feel like this is going to get you where you need to go if you do the 300 dpi rule. And show the same subject in a package if you can. So if you have a lot of different items, show that same, you know, if it's a dog or a person, show that same one so you can say, this is kind of the diversity of what we have. And use the coordinated graphics that we also have given you access to, and include an easy-to-use order form so that you can definitely get the details right. If you can leave behind a sample, that's also great too.
So how are we going to sell these products? So it's best to go to funeral homes, hospice, hospitals, vet offices, florists, memorial gardens, and there's even more places, but those are kind of top good ones to hit up.
I thought about vet offices. I seem to see, like, I always see like a candle there.
Yeah,
and it
always
says
memorial.
if it's lit, that means that somebody's actually mourning their animal at that time.
Yeah.
So that would be a great place. And florists are already in the industry, so they know. They might even be interested in the garden stakes. It's something they want to offer.
So once you pick a place to go to, this is kind of our recommended what you should actually do. So you want to bring a kit in. So you're going to listen to the needs of your customers. So what problems can you solve for them? Show your capabilities. So that's what Peggy was just speaking on. So showing samples. Creating a brochure with photos. So we have provided that for you as well. Those photos that you can pop in include information about the products and the services that you offer. And then don't forget your contact information, whether it's a business card.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, something like that, just so they can contact you again. Discuss the uniqueness of sublimated products, so why sublimated products are so great and how long they do last. Leave a sample there if you can. And then most importantly, follow up. People are busy, so make sure you contact them back again and see what you can do for them.
There's always an opportunity. So you got a sale, so that's great news, but now you got to actually go back and decorate and sublimate the product. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you create a proof that your customer can approve. So you definitely don't want to do something like spell a loved one's name wrong. I mean, they're already stressed out, they're already upset and emotional. So definitely make sure that you are getting the right artwork, that you're getting everything approved, that the names are spelled correctly, and that way you can move forward before you start sublimating. So once you have that proof and they've reviewed it, you definitely want to make sure that once you give them the product and they're happy with it, that you ask for referrals and reviews online if they can possibly do that for you. That would definitely help you as you're growing in this market. And you want to include some sort of business card or a sample as a leave behind. We've had some people that have put their name and phone number on the back of, say, a photo panel so that someone can look and say, oh, well, this is where I got this, or, you know, if they're enjoying that art, especially if you think about the number of family members that will come by and see that, and they may also want to order that same product, you definitely want to make your information known. So that's just another good way to actually get into this market and keep offering memorial items.
So now I want to show your work off. So this is very important. It's important to use social media, and if you can, social media is a super powerful platform for influencing. It's a great way to get reviews and build rapport with customers. This will also help build new relationships and get new customers. And like Peggy said, make sure you're putting your information out there so people know where to get it and how easy it is to order from you. Another thing that's super important is having a website and keeping it up to date. And if you don't have a website, it's really, really easy to make one. Use Squarespace, Wix. There's so many drag and drop editors that make it really, really easy. It's really hard to not be digital these days, so that's really important. And then if you are posting about your about products, it's important to use fake samples. You want to use something made up, not someone's actual
it would not be
one.
good to use somebody's I just don't think that's very appropriate.
Yeah.
So I would just use something that's not real and just put it up there. But use maybe some Shutterstock images or some stock photos. Some people use Pixabay because they have some commercial-free photos that you can use.
Photos.
So you don't want to put somebody's real information. That might get a little risky.
Yeah, and you can definitely use the photos we provided as well if you're needing something. And then asking for referrals from customers is also really important. So if you do put a product out there and they really enjoyed it, and it's totally okay to ask for a review online, and then also ask for referrals as well.
These are really they're samples that I think just speak to the whole entire market. Now, you may have some different things that come up, like, for example, an event that's tied to someone's passing. So, like, for example, if they had, they passed from a disease like a cancer or something like that. So you may get some more products that you do every year if there's, say, a 5K or a walk that's tied to that or some sort of event. So just keep that in mind when you're doing something that it could turn into a lot more than what we've shown you here. We just wanted to definitely make sure you're aware of this market. So thank you very much for watching our short video. Make sure that you go to unisub.com, and you can choose from our markets there, or you can go to support and look through the asset library and the markets that we have there. And also, we have a support site called Start to Sublimate that we've thrown around a lot, and it's very, very helpful for people. And that's just something that if you get stuck on pressing, or if you have general technical questions or anything like that, starttosublimate.com is a really good resource. It's free to register, so you don't have to worry about us sending you random emails or signing you up for 1,000 things. It is just a portal for you to go and actually get help and support from sublimating hard surface products. So again, unisub.com and starttosublimate.com are going to be your two sites that you can visit. And if you have any questions or suggestions or comments, please send us an email at info@unisub.com, and I swear to you, it is a real live person that answers those emails. So she's sitting in the room with me.
I'd love to answer any questions that you have.
Yeah, we can help you out with that, and we really appreciate you tuning in, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.